Celtic were back in action yesterday and beat Hibs 3-1 in a very convincing game. Of course, we will go over that match in today's video whilst going over the massive deal the club haven't agreed. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Brendan Rodgers has revealed his goalkeeping selections for Celtic's upcoming Premiership fixtures, with Kasper Schmeichel making a surprise return to the starting 11 for today's match against Hibernian. The veteran Dane, who has been sidelined in recent weeks, was brought back into the side despite Viljami Sinisalo's solid form during his absence. The decision raised eyebrows given how dependable Sinisalo has been while filling in for the experienced shot stopper. Rodgers explained his decision before the match and made it clear how the goalkeeping position will be managed over the next week. He said, "Yeah, I think Schmeichel came through really well. Vil has done fantastic. Indirectly, he's had that run, and it gives us a chance to see him, and thought that he's been excellent. So Vil will play Wednesday night away at Aberdeen. We just wanted to get Kasper in against Hibs. Sometimes in football there are short memories, but thankfully as a manager I know how good he has been for me virtually all season. So Schmeichel will play for me today. He will play next week against St Mirren, and Vil will play against Aberdeen. But great to have him back," Rodgers concluded. This decision might give a clue about what Rodgers is thinking as the season comes to an end. With the Scottish Cup final fast approaching, both goalkeepers are battling to be first choice. Rodgers didn't say who will start that game, so both still have a chance to prove themselves in the next two matches. The next few games will be important in deciding who starts the final, with Schmeichel and Sinisalo both under the spotlight. They've both turned out to be excellent summer signings, something that's rare when two goalkeepers are brought in during the same window. Now for the main story, as Celtic have revealed a record-breaking new extension to their kit manufacturing deal with Adidas, which will run for 10 more years. The Glasgow Giants confirmed on the 1st of May that the deal is the biggest in the club's history and would cement the club's place as an iconic name in sport globally. According to reports, the agreement is worth well in excess of 30 million, which is more valuable than the original deal Celtic signed with Adidas in 2020. Celtic only need to beat Aberdeen in the Scottish Cup final on 24th May to secure another famous domestic treble for the 2024-25 campaign. Aberdeen's former chief Keith Weinus claimed the deal could end up being worth far more than £30 million. Speaking on the new edition of Football Insider's Inside Track podcast, Weinus insisted Celtic will have negotiated bonuses and promises to increase the fee after committing to Adidas for the long term. The Hoops reached the knockout stages of the Champions League this term, but were eliminated by Bayern Munich in the playoff round. Weinus suggested it would be unwise to sign away a key pillar of revenue for 10 years without ensuring the club can achieve an increase. He told Football Insider's Inside Track podcast, "The partnership has gone well with Adidas and it's another 10-year extension. That's a massive extension. It's a good number for Celtic. There will be other promises and bonuses in the deal. Over 10 years, there has to be ways for Celtic to escalate the revenue. You can't sign away such a key pillar of revenue for that time without having a way to increase it. It seems to be a good partnership. They're working well together," he concluded. In other news, Brendan Rodgers has confirmed that Alister Johnston is in line for a return to action against Aberdeen on Wednesday night in what is a timely boost for Celtic ahead of the Scottish Cup final later this month. The Canadian international has been missing in recent matches through injury, sitting out the trip to Ibrox and this afternoon's 3-1 win over Hibernian. His absence was felt at Ibrox, where Celtic had to rely on Anthony Ralston on the right side of defence. However, Rodgers now expects Johnston to be available for the midweek trip to Pittodrie, as the Hoops aim to maintain momentum ahead of the Cup final against Aberdeen. As the season reaches the final weeks, Rodgers spoke about the need to keep the players fresh and manage their fitness. After a long campaign, he wants to make sure that key players are not just healthy, but also ready to perform well. He said, "It's just that on the back of such a long season and having the freshness, and obviously we'll have Alister Johnston, he'll be back then for Wednesday as well. So yeah, I just think it's keeping the freshness in the team. I want the target to arrive at the Scottish Cup final with as many of the players got minutes in their legs, and then that gives us an opportunity to choose the team and a bench to win," Rodgers said. Johnston's return is good news for Rodgers, who wants the whole squad to be ready and in good shape for the Cup final at Hampden. With games coming quickly, Rodgers is focused on making sure important players like Johnston are fit and playing well. Celtic's next game is at Pittodrie, where Johnston is likely to be part of the squad. After that, the focus will shift to St Mirren on Trophy Day before the Cup final, with Rodgers aiming to pick his strongest possible team for the big match. In other news, Adam Idah has opened up on his first full season at Celtic after scoring his 19th goal of the campaign in a 3-1 win over Hibernian this afternoon. The Irish striker found the net at the end of the first half, continuing his strong finish to a season that began with limited game time. Idah has had to fight for minutes, especially in the early months of the season, but has come into his own in recent months. His goal against Hibs capped a run of form that's seen him lead the line more consistently, despite lingering questions over whether he can do it every week at Celtic. Post-match, Idah addressed the criticism he's faced, particularly about his scoring record and involvement in games where chances have been few and far between. He said, "Yeah, it can be frustrating. But at the end of the day, if I'm not making the runs, if I'm not getting the shots in, then I ain't going to score. So it's just about that consistency. I might have been offside a couple of times, but like I said, if I don't run, then I don't get that goal. I've seen people say that I should be scoring last week, but if I'm not there, then I can't score. So that's my job, to keep doing the same things, and eventually I'll come off. Yeah, it's been a really good season so far. Like I said, I'm on 19 goals now, which is really good. For the minutes I've played, to get 19 goals is unbelievable," he concluded. Idah's goals have been a big help for Celtic near the end of the season. Even though he didn't start many games earlier on, he has shown he can still score and make a difference when given the chance. He may not score with every opportunity, but he never hides and is always showing for the ball. Now, with 19 goals for the season, he has shown he can be trusted to lead the line. People might still wonder about his future, but he's done well to prove himself this year. He's not a perfect player, but he works hard and sounds desperate to keep improving. Celtic supporters will be happy with how hard Idah's worked and the goals he's scored in recent weeks. If he keeps this up, he could be an important player for Celtic next season. With the Hoops likely to sign another striker in the summer, that competition could push him on even further. Lastly, with one home game remaining this season, the Hoops have already hit 61 goals in league matches at Parkhead. The target is now to surpass the 62-goal benchmark set under Martin O'Neill during the 2003 to 2004 campaign, a side that featured the likes of Henrik Larsson and Chris Sutton at their peak. Brendan Rodgers has challenged his Celtic side to write their names into the history books by breaking the long-standing scoring record at Celtic Park. Rodgers revealed he's been motivating his players with various objectives beyond simply lifting silverware. One of those, he confirmed, is eclipsing that home scoring record on what will be Trophy Day in front of a full house at Paradise against St Mirren next Saturday. He said, "I've been setting many targets for them. Of course, going into this block of games, we had items that we wanted to achieve. I think there was a record number of goals at home, which was 62 in a league season when Martin was here in 2003 to 2004. So we're now on 61 with one home game to go, so we'll be hungry to make Trophy Day special, but I've also given them targets to achieve beyond winning the trophies, and so you see the hunger in the team in order to achieve those," Rodgers said. Rodgers' message has clearly landed with his squad, who have shown a ruthless streak in recent weeks at home. Celtic's attacking options have stepped up, with Nicholas Kuhn growing in influence, Adam Idah providing a physical presence up top, and Dyson Maeda consistently brilliant throughout the season, coming from 1-0 down to score 3 goals against a strong Hibernian side, showed that the Irishman has his players fully motivated to finish the season in style. The fight and quality they showed that day will be needed again when they take on Aberdeen at Pittodrie on Wednesday night. With one home game left, Rodgers wants to finish the season on a high in front of the Celtic fans. Scoring 2 or more goals on Trophy Day would break the record and make this team part of the Hoops history. What are your thoughts on these? Let us know down in the comments section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribed to the channel for more Celtic content.